Welcome back, everybody, to episode 6 of the Critical Lens podcast, a podcast about all things film. And today, what are we talking about today? What's the biggest thing? Oh, we just got D23. So D23 was 4 days ago, as of recording this episode. So we'll be talking about that. We're gonna have a draft later in the episode. And then there's some big movie news from this week, outside of D23. But first, as always, we're going to talk about what we've been watching this week. The first thing I watched this past week, after recording last week's episode, was 300, Zack Snyder's 300. That was my first time watch of that movie. That was a movie that I'm not a huge Zack Snyder fan. I actually quite dislike a lot of the Zack Snyder movies that I've seen, just because majority of the Snyder movies that I've seen are his superhero movies, which I'm not a fan of. Other than I have fun with BVS, but not a huge fan of them. But 300 was a lot of fun. 300 was great. 300 was pretty sick. So, yeah, had a lot of fun with that. Gave it a 3.5 star. It's not like some phenomenal movie. Pretty historically inaccurate. But which it's a Zack Snyder movie, so obviously it's going to be inaccurate and super unfaithful to the source material, because Zack Snyder is not somebody who cares about like taking something that is already, that it's something that has already happened, and like being faithful to it and being respectful. He doesn't give a shit about being like respectful to the people that created the thing that he's making a movie on and that he's about to make a profit off of, which is pretty shitty, but that's okay. He just wants to make cool dude movies. Speaking of which, not related to the episode, but another director that, our conversation before this, he's got some movies that would fit the draft that we were possibly going to do today. And then I watched The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, which is Ari Aster's infamous short film that is extremely fucked up. Very, very messed up movie. I can't say that I can't say that I enjoyed it. I would say that I guess I was entertained. It's about a 30-minute short film. I'm not going to really go into the details about the film because it gets pretty messed up. But if you want a basic premise, spoilers for like the next 10 seconds, basically it's about a son who is in love with his father, and there's some twists and turns that we find out why that is, and it gets pretty fucked up. Yeah, that's a simple synopsis of it. It's about a 30-minute short film. Then I was in the mood for Punisher. I just watched Spider-Man Brand New Day recently, and I've just had John Bernthal on the mind. I've had Punisher on the mind, so I rewatched all of Punisher. Took me like 3 or 4 days. I binged it. I watched it on my breaks at work. I watched it like I was basically watching it 24/7. I especially the first season I absolutely adore. It's so good. Season 2. I'm lower. This is a rewatch, by the way. I've seen both seasons already of the Netflix show. Season 2, I was lower on than the first season when I first watched them, but now I'm like a lot lower on season 2 than I am season 1. Rewatching it, I was kind of being nice to it the first time. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. The second season. The first season I gave a 9 out of 10 the first time I watched it, and I raised it to a 10 out of 10 this time because I just love that first season from top to bottom. But yeah, season 2 on second watch, I gave it like a 4 out of 10, and that's honestly being nice. Because there is definitely more bad than good. There's still some very good stuff in season 2, but the bad outweighs the good, in my opinion. And then I haven't seen any of the Punisher movies, which none of them are very well received, but I was interested in like just watching through the movies too because I've just been Punisher obsessed. I've been Frank Castle obsessed. So I watched what's on screen right now, the 1989 Punisher film, and it was garbage. Um, like like it's like so. If I was in a if I was maybe if I was in like the right mood to watch the movie, I would have liked it a lot more because it is like extremely campy and it has a flavor of that like, you know, old kung fu movies that are like kind of like campy and corny. Um but they're just kind of like, you know, dude action movies that are like they're fun, but like the acting in this movie is like pretty bad across the board. A lot of people uh, are big fans of the guy who played Punisher in this movie, which is Dolph Lundgren. Uh, I don't think he was a very good Punisher. Like he was decent. Um, Probably looks the part. Maybe looks the part more than John Bernthal, but in terms of acting, it's not even remotely close. I gave it a 1 star. I don't think it's like the worst movie I've ever seen. It was definitely more entertaining than a lot of other crappy comic book movies that I've seen, but it was still not great. And then the only other thing I've been watching the last couple days, I've been watching Tire season 3, because that came out maybe even like a month ago, but I didn't even realize until the other day that it had come out. I forgot that it was coming out. So I've been watching through Tire season 3. I'm on episode 5, I believe. And it's hilarious so far. It actually so far is like just as good as the first 2 seasons. I might even like a couple of the episodes more than like some of my favorite episodes of the show have been in this season so far. So it's absolutely hilarious. Anyway, that's about it from me. What have you been watching this week?
Not a lot. After we recorded our last episode, like literally the day after, I went to a mystery movie and it ended up being Tony, the biopic about Anthony Bourdain.
Yep.
It takes place over one summer in Provincetown, Mass. Shout out Massachusetts. Really, really good. Love Dominic.
Shout out
He's one of my
Massachusetts.
favorite. Dominic says is one of my favorite talents in the industry right now. Loved it. Then yesterday, when we're recording this, big day. I got to experience
Yep.
La La Land in theaters for its 10th anniversary. I got to see it on Dolby, and dude, it's been a while since I've seen it to forget just how magical that movie is.
Yeah, it's one of
Emma
my.
Stone and Ryan Gosling,
It's like in
amazing.
my top. It's like in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I adore it. I love it.
Yep.
I wish I wish I was able to see it yesterday, but I didn't get a
I
chance
wrote
to.
I wrote in my review that I said that for years I've been experiencing the heartbreak of La La Land at home via Blu-ray, and now I
Yeah.
finally got to experience the heartbreak of La La Land in a movie theater because heartbreak feels good in a place like that. In honor of AMC showing it and no other theaters because AMC is the only one with Dolby.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
and then
Yeah, that's what they say.
and then I watched the first episode of Lanterns. I have a whole
Yep. Still haven't seen it yet.
hour long reaction. I go into spoilers into it there. No spoilers here.
Yeah, go check out our live stream from the other day. Joe spent like an hour talking about it and poured his heart out into it. Go check it out. it's very entertaining.
I'm positive on the episode. I think give it a 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. It's a very solid start. I have my issues. I rant about them in the live. I can't rant them. I'm not gonna rant about them again because I can't ruin. I don't want to say anything to you
Yep. Yeah,
until
don't
after you've
spoil
seen
anything
it.
for me yet.
But I will be watching the rest of the show. I'm
Yep.
intrigued, and I will be going live every Sunday night after the episodes air to talk about them.
Yes, sir.
So, but
I
that is
will
what
I
I have been
will
watching.
I will catch up and watch the first episode within the next couple days, I'm sure. Maybe not tonight,
And
but maybe tomorrow.
I would
So,
love to talk about the episode with you. I have
yeah.
thoughts.
I want to watch it, but I'm pretty. I might finish the first season of Tires or the third season of Tires first because I'm really into Tires right now. But within the next like couple days, I'm sure I'll watch it.
Yep. And that is what I have been watching. And now, before we get into the movie news, whether it be more box office headlines being met, whether it's some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff that's been talked about now,
Into 23.
D23, and all the information from there, we
Yep.
start on a sad note, unfortunately, as we found out last night. Actress and singer Hayden Panettiere from shows like Heroes, from the Scream franchise. She
Yep.
has unfortunately passed away at 36 years old. And
Currently, as of recording this episode, we don't know the cause of death, but yeah, yeah,
but
very
it's
young, like 30s,
Mhm.
mid 30s. Yeah, pretty
Yep,
terrible.
yep, very tragic, especially because she's so young. And all Scream fans love Kirby. All Scream fans love Kirby. She was arguably the best part of Scream 4, and it was nice to see her in Scream 6. It's unfortunate that she has tragically passed so young. Heart and condolences go out to her and her family. Um,
Absolutely. Yep.
uh, that's all I really have to say. Rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere. You will be
Rest in
missed.
peace. Hmm.
And now it feels weird trying to transition from that to news, but
Yep.
we start.
Happy
We
for the rest of
start.
the episode. We're going back to positivity. We got some big news. We got some big stuff going on. You know, Marvel fans, Disney fans, Pixar fans,
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean fans.
Well,
We're
we'll see.
back.
We'll see about the
We're
Pirates of the
talking.
Caribbean fans. We'll see about the Pirates of the Caribbean fans because
Mhm.
over the weekend there were talks revealed that they're making it. They are making another Pirates of the Caribbean. They're trying to get it off the ground,
Yep, the
and
sixth one,
the
right? Sixth one.
sixth one, number 6, which is insane to me
Yep.
that we're at
Over
6 of these.
by the time it comes out, it's going to be over 10 years after the last one.
But we we got some information, and that information is that the long beloved lead of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, who swore he would not come back, even if they gave him 1,000,000 alpacas. Mr. Johnny Depp is being talked to about it, and it would reportedly focus on a character played by Margot Robbie, and Jack Sparrow would be a side character in the entire thing.
Yep.
And that is the information we
I
got
did
now.
not hear about that. That's pretty weird.
Yes, it
Okay.
is weird. I don't know how much money they're going to offer Johnny Depp, and especially with they're
He's about
very
to get
letting it
that
linger.
he's about to get that RDJ Avengers money. That Doomsday Secret Wars money.
And like there's still lingers of his all the stuff with Amber Heard that's going to follow him around forever.
He's gonna
But
need that paycheck after all those courts, after all those trials. So
but he's got an Ebenezer movie coming out in November. He's now in talks for Pirates again. So that's the Pirates of the Caribbean update. That's really all there is
hey,
to it.
make it. Let's go all in. Come back to the Willy Wonka franchise.
Oh dear God! Oh my God! No, please no. We also, I'm not gonna really play it. But we did Zack Snyder's next film, The Last Photograph, did release a teaser. Like I said, I'm not gonna have it play here, but
I didn't hear about that either.
On the radar. It is now on the radar. So keep our eyes peeled for that. The official trailer should be coming sometime soon. I know how much you love Zack Snyder.
He's got movies that I like. Hey, I just said that I had a lot of fun watching 300. I gave it a positive rating. I haven't seen his Dawn of the Dead remake yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna like that.
But before we get into box office in D23, I just saw something that I would love to share because we had, in our conversation before we started recording, we had mentioned Fast and Furious. And a big
fan of Fast 11 is
no. Big fan of the well, it is in the works, but that's not what I'm going to talk about.
Oh, okay,
A big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise is someone you would not think would love the Fast and Furious franchise. His name is Christopher Nolan.
Oh, yeah. People have known that for years now, though. He did that interview a while ago.
But he was invited to ride the new Fast and Furious roller coaster
today. Jesus Christ. I did not know that. You know what? Actually, that would be fucking peak. Give us that'd actually be awesome. I don't know if that would happen, but hey, if Christopher Nolan is like serious about his fandom for the franchise, dude, do it. If I'm Nolan, I'll be like, hell yeah. Nolan could write a Fast and Furious movie in like 2 hours, I'm sure. Like it's not like I'm sure like and it would be better written than 90% of the franchise, if not more than 90%. So I actually think I honestly think there's a good chance that this could happen, and that's pretty cool. We've got years. Nolan just came out with a movie. We've got years before he really, before he's going to be coming out with another one. He's got time to write a Fast and Furious movie. Yeah, do it, dude. If I'm Nolan, I'm saying, actually, you know what? Hell yeah. Like, let's do it. It would not take him long. I swear he could do it in a week. Like,
have him film an ad advertising the new coaster, and just to have a sense of what a Fast and Furious thing shot by Nolan would be. That'd be pretty funny. And why not?
Yeah.
Go do Fast and Furious 11,
a lot of people,
Christopher Nolan.
There's a lot of people that would really make fun of Nolan for that, and there's a lot of people that if you're watching me say this, there's probably a lot of people that would be listening to me being like, you're stupid. Like, not only would Nolan not do that, but it would not be good for Nolan. Dude, Nolan's at the top of his career. Nolan is basically Nolan is fucking immortal right now. Like, he can't, like, there's nothing he could do that would like ruin his career. Like, he's not, as long as he's not gonna be directing it. If he's just writing the script, hell yeah, do it. He wrote Man of Steel, and that movie's dog shit. So why can't he write a dog shit Fast and Furious movie? Like, I mean, I say do it. It'll be a lot more fun than Man of Steel. It'll at least be like an entertaining, enjoyable movie to watch. Like, I'm sure it'd be sick. It'd be sick. And Fast and Furious, and I'm sure fans of the Fast and Furious franchise, I'm sure, I have no doubt in my mind, would welcome Christopher Nolan with open arms. Like, I think, like, I'm sure Fast and Furious fans would be like, hell yeah, like, the dude who made all those sick movies are gonna now like write a Fast and Furious movie. I'm sure there's like majority of people, except for like, unless you're like a big hater of the Fast and Furious franchise, I'm sure most people would be like, you know what? Hell yeah, do it. Why not?
Two things. One, Nolan. A Nolan directed Fast and Furious movie would sell out every theater.
Oh yeah. I would not want him to direct it. There's no like people would definitely be a majority of people would definitely be upset if he was directing it because that would be a probably big stain on his on the integrity of his filmography. But if he's just writing it, fuck yeah. If he's just doing the story or writing the script or like because he didn't write the script for Man of Steel. He actually just did the story. He wrote like the storyboard for it. He didn't write the script itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if he's just yeah, dude, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It would be like the best written Fast and Furious movie, or one of at least.
Ride that roller coaster, Nolan, and use it in your Oscar campaign. That'd be the funniest thing ever. Do it,
Yeah.
Nolan. I want you to have your Oppenheimer
even
Oscar in hand.
Realize what?
What's up?
Oh yeah. Never mind. Go ahead.
I want him to have his Oppenheimer directing Oscar in his hand, and I want him on that roller coaster, and I want him like advertising the Odyssey as they're doing the stupidest thing imaginable. I want to see Nolan be like an everyday dude. I want to see Nolan. I want to see Nolan on that coaster. I want to be in line for that coaster and have Nolan in front of me.
Yeah.
I want to see this happen. I want to see this happen. This would give me a lot more respect for him than I already have. My respect for him would go up 10,000 fold. This would be
yeah.
peak.
Yeah.
Love him or hate him, this would be amazing.
Yep.
But he's got other things to worry about because he has the Odyssey. And the Odyssey is making so much money. It's insane. In fact, the Odyssey is now the highest grossing film ever in IMAX at over $300 million for IMAX alone. And showtimes are sold out all the way to September, at least in IMAX 70 millimeter. You can't get a ticket. And Spider-Man has passed.
I don't want one, so it's all good.
Spider-Man has passed $2 billion worldwide. It is now one of 8 films to do it.
Hell yeah, dude!
Closing in on $800 million, and that's the good news of the weekend.
The best Spider-Man, the best live action Spider-Man movie since 2004, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the second best Spider-Man movie period since 2004. I think Across is better, but I wouldn't. It might be better than Into. I think there's an argument. It's at least like on the same level for me, at least.
I
know people love Into.
But that's fine. But
yeah, but you're also higher on Into than you are Across. So
yes.
Anyway, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, Spider-Man.
Yep. $2 billion. Nolan's Odyssey's at 1.2.
The Spider-Man did come out to play.
Mm-hmm.
The Spider-Man came out to play.
But it still has a chance to pass The Force Awakens.
2.5? Yeah.
I think it's slowing down too fast to go for 2.5. I think 2.3 to 2.3 is probably where I'm going to end it. I'd love to be wrong, but I think 2.3, close to 2.4 billion. And that
I've still only seen it once. I'll go watch it again in theaters.
Yeah, go bump up those numbers, bud.
I don't care about it bumping up the numbers, but I'm just saying, like, if it's. But I was thinking more like if it's going to still be in theaters for a little while because they're going to try and make as much money as possible, then I'll go see it again in the next month or so.
There's nothing else really out in theaters. I mean, we had 2 new releases this weekend. We had The End of Oak Street.
That's why it's making $2 billion.
We had The End of Oak Street, which got okay audience reactions to mid. And we had a new Paw Patrol, and they both made over 20 million. Granted, good for them, but that's not like shaking things up. And like this coming weekend, as of recording, this coming weekend, we're getting Insidious 6, a Jason Statham action movie, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma gets into more theaters, Tony Goes Wide, and that's it. And then we have one more week of August, and then
So
we get
nothing
into
in terms of
September.
like, box office, in terms of like a movie that's going to, rival Spider-Man.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Spider-Man and the Odyssey have free reign for the rest of
For
the
a
summer.
while.
Probably
Yeah, for a while.
I'm not kidding. Probably until Practical Magic 2 hits.
I thought we were going to say Primetime. Well, no, Primetime is next year.
It's
Primetime's
next month. It's the end of September. So
Primetime is next month? Oh, yeah. Dude, Primetime, I didn't think that Primetime was going to be a very big movie. And I think I've already said this in the pod. Maybe not a movie that I'm going to see in theaters just because of the subject matter. I feel like sitting in a theater with a bunch of other people, that might be an extremely awkward theater experience. So like maybe that's not a movie I'm going to see in theaters. But the amount of memes and stuff I've seen on the internet, and the amount of people talking about it, and the amount of people memeing the trailer, and like just like this movie actually might make a decent amount of money. I don't know
how this looks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Robert Pattinson, king of memes, but also like Primetime does look great. But that comes out at the end of September. I think Spider-Man and the Odyssey will have amazing holds all the way until Practical Magic 2 comes out. And Practical Magic 2 is tracking very well, especially for a sequel to a movie that came out 30 years ago. So we shall see. Until then, Spider-Man reigns supreme. Toy Story's still making money. Minions still making money. Bunch of movies are still making money. Ice Cream Man and Super Troopers 3 fell out of the top 10. And I don't even know if they made $1 million this weekend. And I don't care.
Oh, yeah. I actually might be interested in going to see Super Troopers 3. I like the first one. I don't think I've seen the second one. Maybe I'll watch the second one and then I'll go see the third. Or maybe I'll just say I don't give a fuck about seeing the second and I'll just go see the third without seeing the second. Because those are movies that I have to take very seriously. I would just be there to laugh. I wouldn't be there to like, super critique the movie. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be very good, but if I can, I might go see it.
Although I would recommend just
it'd be a good time.
Watching any of them. Don't watch any of them. Save your time. But One Night Only also felt.
Hey! The first one's funny. The first one's good. First one's a fun movie.
I don't think you're gonna get to see Super Troopers 3 in theaters because the way things are going, it's probably gonna be out by like next week. So.
I'll still watch it at home. I'll watch it at home. Why not?
But and then not box office related, but it is money related, and like streaming and like digital sales. The Invite is dominating right now, and I want to give another shout out to The Invite because that movie is so fucking good. Please watch The Invite. That is
it's a lot of fun. I don't know if it's like so good, but it's like it's good and it's a lot of fun. I thought it was great. I thought it was like a very entertaining movie.
And there's a monologue that Edward Norton gives in the third act that he improvised. He improvised the entire thing. And knowing that and rewatching the scene made me love it more. Please go watch The Invite if you haven't yet. Highly recommend it. Really,
it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun. It's funny. It's very funny.
But with all that wonderful box office success that Spider-Man is having, helping Marvel's name a little bit, Marvel was able to take to the stage at D23 over the weekend and have 3 announcements. Only 3. First was Vision Quest, which they gave a trailer for and a poster. It looks fine. I think it looks
fucking terrible. Holy shit. Looks garbage. Oh my god. Why are you making it? Looks so bad.
The second was Doomsday, where they gave a new look at Doomsday, which is better than the last trailer.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, it does
Better
look
than the last
bad,
trailer.
but still, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be a
But
fun, shitty movie.
the crown jewel of the entire D23, we got X-Men cast. We got X-Men cast.
X-Men!
And the lineup.
Also, another live stream that we did is we live streamed D23. So if you want to see our in real time reactions to all the big events from that night, go watch that. It's up on our channel. Yeah, it was a good, it was a good chunk of news.
It was your reaction was definitely something of interest. That's for sure.
There were some ups and downs. There were some hills and some valleys with the news. You want to start with Pixar?
Yes, but really quick, I forgot. It's horror related. Welcome to Derry, which came out last year, which actually got really good viewership, just got renewed for season 2.
So sweet.
But we can start with Pixar, which was my most anticipated section of the entire show.
And then you got
Pixar, and I got crushed by the announcements that they had. They started with Incredibles 3.
I'm not mad at it.
They started with Incredibles 3, which I was so maddeningly excited for.
The concept art looks cool.
And then they said they're not aging up the kids. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then they're like, oh, we're focusing on the kids this time.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a trilogy, right? That spans 24 years, where all 3 movies are set around the same time. We're gonna have a trilogy that spans 24 years it took to make 3 movies that are all set within the same couple of years time or whatever. That's crazy.
I don't want a movie focused on the kids if they don't age them up a little bit. I'm done with Jack as a baby. I am.
Honestly, we saw Jack as a baby when we were a year old, and now we're about to see Jack as still as a baby in our early to mid 20s. That's crazy.
I was 2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When he came back, I was 16.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be 24, and he's still a goddamn baby.
Yeah, it's insane.
Why?
But you know what? The movies are good. The first one is is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time.
One of the best animated villains of all time, too.
And dude, that it's an amazing movie. The second one, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember still being positive on it. I think I have it at a 3.5. It's still a good movie, a pretty good movie. So, from what I remember,
it's discouraging.
And the concept art, and the concept art looks good, right? We saw whatever the concept art or whatever for the villain, right? That's the villain guy. That looks cool. Looks like so I'm excited for it. I love Incredibles, so I mean I'll always I'll continue to watch him.
My question is this: I'm pretty sure Incredibles 2 had a super suit style gag. If memory serves me right. How are they going to incorporate that in this one is all I care about. If I can get one more great super suit type situation, please.
Where is it?
That's all I want. Where is it? Where's my super suit?
We need to find it. We need to find it. It's lost. Yeah.
But then
where did it go?
They shipped it from Incredibles 3. They talked about a new film. Oh, they didn't talk. I'm saving Coco 2 for last. They talked about a new film called Ghost something. I'm forgetting the name now.
Ghost Gato or whatever. No, that's just kidding. That's a different one.
Ghost something, but it looked fine. It's an original film. It's going to be taking place on Hawaii. It looks fine. It looks cute. Good job. Gato they talked about, where I know you lost interest once I told you Mark Ruffalo is the lead voice. So we'll just leave that at that. But Gato seems interesting as well, to me at least. But
the
one I got to rant about.
Fuck
She's
Mark
like a couple
Ruffalo.
minutes.
Mark Ruffalo. Hey, Mark Ruffalo, if you're listening, fuck you. And people stop casting him in movies, right? Because he ruins movies all the time. I watched Crime 101 earlier this year. I'm not going to rant for too long on this. I saw Crime 101 earlier this year, and I was like, dude, if Mark Ruffalo, like, this is a fun movie when Mark Ruffalo's not on screen. Like, but he just ruins everything that he's in. And he's in some fantastic movies. There's a few movies of his, some of his big movies that I don't think he ruins, right? I think Eternal Sunshine he doesn't ruin. I think like, is he like particularly good in it? No, but like I don't think he ruins it. I don't think he ruins Zodiac. He doesn't ruin Avengers 1. But like aside from that, like, can we stop casting him in movies, please? Like, for the love of God, like, the main reasons why I don't like him don't have really anything to do with his acting ability. I know that that's me just being an asshole and whatever. It has more to do with him, his worldviews. I'm just very against. I just think he's kind of an asshole. But like, that is not blinding his my opinions on his acting ability. Like, I genuinely think that he has performance after performance after performance after performance that is just not very good. They may not be awful, but like, he ruins good. Like, there are multiple movies where he ruins good movies. And I watched Crime 101 and I was like, dude, like, he's bad in this movie. Like, he's bad in this movie. And it was like, Crime 101 was a very fun movie that I gave like a 3.5 stars. But like, stop casting him in movies. Like, he was pretty good in Brand New Day. Barely didn't have to really do much. There was like a scene with him in Brand New Day where I don't think he was very good. But like, I don't know. Sorry. Fuck Mark Ruffalo, just shut up. Shut up. Stop talking as if you aren't a multimillionaire who is completely removed from society. You are not you are not me. You are not Joe. You are not the average Joe, right? Stop trying to talk for the people as if you are not sitting up in your mansion and not giving a fuck about, like, stop ranting as if you're trying to be this, like, fucking, speaker for the people. All these fucking actors and Hollywood people. Listen, I love movies. I love film, but there's, God, just shut the fuck up. Right? If you have, like, you don't live normal life. You are completely removed from society. Stop talking as if you are this normal person who is affected at all by these things that are happening. I don't care if you dislike person A or person B. What they're doing doesn't affect you because you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about any of that shit. You're a fucking superstar. Like, this does not affect your life or anybody that you know. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry. Anyway, Ghost Market is the name of the animated movie that you were trying to think of. Ghost Market is yes.
Okay.
And
then
and then Gato.
Yeah, Gato. I was gonna rant about Coco too, but you ate up so much time.
Go ahead. I'm not mad about it. I'll give my quick 2 cents about Coco too. I understand your criticisms of it. I don't care enough. I didn't even want a sequel. And if I did want a sequel, it should have come out 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, because the movie didn't even come out 10 years ago. But 5+ years ago. At this point, I don't even care about it. I don't even care if it comes out. Like, I love the first movie. I think the first movie is great. But whether this new one is good or not doesn't really move the needle for me. I don't really care.
I'll be brief.
Yeah.
My big issue is this. First of all, I didn't want a sequel either. I think Coco's perfect as a one-er. And to just give a quick layout of my feelings, Coco's my currently, before I finish all the rewatches of Pixar and stuff, Coco is my number one Pixar. I love that movie incredibly deeply. Do not need
Yeah,
a sequel.
it's in like my top. It's in my top 5 or 6.
But we're getting a sequel, and why is Ernesto de la Cruz back? Why is this man back? We don't need this man back. He served his purpose. Forget about him. I know why he's not forgotten, because every time every time they're good in like the real world, they're gonna talk about him as the bad guy for Miguel's great grandfather and all great great grandfather and all that stuff. It's like fine, yeah, whatever. I know he's not gonna be forgotten, but don't put him in the story. He served his purpose. But now we know Ernesto de la Cruz is the driving force for the entire story. Bro, I don't want another movie with de la Cruz being the focus. We had it.
Yeah.
That was Coco 1. I'm done. I don't need to see him again. He was a fine one-time villain. I don't want that again. We're gonna basically get Coco 1 saturated. A mellow version of Coco 1. And I don't want that at all. If you cannot, again, this could all change when the movie eventually comes out in 2029. But like,
yeah,
Ernesto de la Cruz
12 years after the first one.
Like, I don't want it. I don't want
just
it.
for it to make money. Like, they're doing it for money, and like, hey, whatever, right? It's fine. You know, it's not even. But like, you know, it would be more a movie like this coming out, and in the way that they're doing it, and in the time that they're doing it, would make more sense if they were like at a point where like, you know, where like maybe similar to where the MCU was at certain points, where like maybe they're not making as much money as they want to be, or if like their original films aren't being as, or be if their original content, you know, that aren't, you know, non-sequel movies are, you know, maybe they were like super poorly received, but they're not in that boat, right? Inside Out 2 just came out 2 years ago, made like $1.5 billion. Like Hopper's very well received. I don't know how much money it made, but it was very well received, right? Like a lot of their original movies from this decade, most of them are well received and probably made good money. So like they're not in a position where I feel like they need to be stressing about, we just have to start like playing the hits, right? Like we have to like, oh, remember Incredibles? Oh, remember Coco? Oh, remember yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Like Toy Story, like they don't need to make a Toy Story 5 when the movies that they've been making are not like being shit on. Like Elio wasn't crapped on, Hoppers wasn't like, you know, the ones from a few years ago, like Elemental, I don't like. Turning Red, I don't like. But those movies don't have like terrible reviews. I'm sure they made good money. Luca, like Onward, Soul, like they're still on like a decent streak of like putting out like mostly you know, well received content. Like I'm just a little confused why they're like feeling they need to go back to the drawing board with making more sequels, you know? Like Coco, if you wanted to make a Coco sequel, why didn't you do it years ago? Like why did it not come out in 2022, 2023? I get that, you know, the first one came out in 2017, right? You probably weren't even having a sequel to it on the mind until, you know, COVID or after COVID. So you probably wanted to wait a couple of years because of COVID, whatever. You were coming out with more original films, you know, in that time that, you know, ones that I am very high on, like Soul and Onward. I think both of those movies are great. And I believe you do too. So I understand not coming out with it like just a couple of years after the first one, but why like my only thought, like, don't you agree that like it only makes sense for them to be coming out with a sequel to this movie 12 years later if they feel like they're like kind of stuck in a rut of like, oh, we've tried the original, you know, making more originals, and it'd be one thing if they weren't working, but like they seem to be mostly working. Why are we doing a sequel 12 years later?
money.
You know, I
That's all
know,
it is.
but they're making great money. Like Inside Out 2 is probably one of the
Sequel?
biggest. I know, but I'm saying like but yes, I get that. But like
Elio,
in,
Hoppers.
those
Luca
didn't
didn't
make
get a
money?
theatrical release. No, Elio was a flop. Hoppers
Oh.
just
Why
barely
didn't you tell
was
me that
even
before I
credited.
ranted about all that? I didn't realize that.
You're talking quality. I
I know,
never.
but I was also talking like yes,
You said
I
you
was
weren't
talking both.
sure. No, you said they
Yeah.
probably did. So you weren't sure. I'm just letting you
Yeah,
know.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
Elio,
I just figured that like
Hoppers,
because they were Pixar movies that I just assumed that like a
Elemental
Pixar
did.
movie is at least going to make like a decent amount of money, no matter what it is pretty much. But maybe I guess that's not the case.
Lightyear. Well, that's a franchise thing, but like an original
Yeah.
film doesn't really make much money for Pixar anymore. And like, look at their highest grossing one so like this decade: Toy Story 5, Inside Out 2. Like,
Did Hoppers
there's
not do well?
it made under 400 million, which for its budget, it needed to crack a little higher than that to break even. So it technically didn't make any money.
Damn.
It didn't take its money back at
That movie
theaters,
was so well received and I thought a lot of people were going
and
to see it.
it's just fine. So I can tell you
I
that it
haven't
was
seen
just
it,
fine.
but like my siblings saw it and loved it, and it's getting like I remember when it came out, it had like a 4.0 on Letterboxd or something. Like it was like it when it first came out, like the week of its release or whatever. Like it's I don't know. I'm surprised that movie didn't do great.
No, it was just okay. But with all the Pixar stuff out of the way, let's get to the crown jewel of D23, which was the X-Men cast. And since you and I are
Woo-hoo.
a little shaken for time, and we still got the draft, I
Yeah.
think
We'll be
for the
good.
sake, it will be quick. So what I think is we'll just turn around. I'll go cast reveal by cast reveal,
Yep.
and we'll just
Give a short
give our quick thoughts
explanation.
on it.
Yep.
So first off, one we already knew: Samara Weaving is Emma Frost. I'll go first. Peak casting, love it.
Yes. Very good. Very positive.
Very good casting. Hold on. Somehow, if you haven't seen Brand New Day, spoiler alert, Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. We've already seen
Double
she's good.
positive.
So,
So based off her performance in Brand New Day, like yes. Double yes.
all right. Then we got Kit Connor as Cyclops. I give a thumbs up here too.
Thumbs
I
up.
like it. All right, now for the
I
ones
like
they
it too.
revealed.
Yep.
We'll start with the one that I don't see on the list that I was looking at. Adam Driver is Mr. Sinister.
Hell
I give
yeah.
that a thumbs up.
I much
Adam
prefer
Driver
him.
is so good.
There were rumors that like maybe he's gonna be Magneto. I much prefer him as Mr. Sinister over Magneto. Much prefer him
Same.
as Mr. Sinister. I think that's a great. I think that honestly, just on paper, might be the best casting out of all of them.
I can see it. But yeah,
Up
it might
there
be the
with like
best
maybe
casting.
Samara Weaving. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Driver, great actor. May not have always been in the best projects, but he always brings it 100%.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's a great actor.
So, Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister, very good casting. Now
Yep.
we'll get into the other three known Avengers. Now, keep in mind, this isn't all of them, but we got three more
X-Men.
confirmations. Yes, X-Men. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
First, we're gonna go with Storm, and they
Okay.
cast theater actress Maya Boyd. This will be her first hitting major motion picture role. I could be wrong, but she is mostly from the theater space
Mhm.
for plays and stage musicals, and I think that this shows that she gave a killer audition.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign.
Yes, I give full faith to them making this decision. I have no doubt
Yeah,
that
I'm positive.
she did good.
I'm going thumbs up, and I'm positive on it. I would have preferred Jamie Lawson. I really wanted Jamie Lawson, but I'm also happy with this one. I'm still positive.
All right, last two, and we'll go with the one you're lesser on first. Christopher Abbott has been cast as Professor Charles Xavier. I'll let you take the reins on this one.
Um, I'm not going to judge it too hard because like it literally it was just the casting was just announced. So obviously any criticism that I have of any casting for something that hasn't released yet is
Mhm.
just me going based off of, a the anything that I've seen from them previous, like their acting ability that I've seen previous, which I don't know if I've seen Christopher Abbott in anything. So I am just going strictly based off of physical appearance for the role they're cast as. And I would say this is the only one where I would lean more negative. Um Again, and and we've talked about this. It's another situation with the woman, I forget her name, who's going to be playing Storm. Uh this is probably a good sign for a different reason, but this is probably a good sign that he also auditioned very, very well.
Mhm.
Because there are plenty of actors that I think you could have gotten that looked the part better. So them picking him over anybody else, probably plenty of people that would have looked the part better. The fact that he was picked is probably also a very good sign that he tested very well and that he auditioned very well.
Yes.
So acting wise, I'm positive. Like that makes me positive about the casting in terms of like his ability to play the role well. I'm just worried that he's going to look a little weird as the character. Like, like like this is not me. I'm not calling him ugly. Like, this is not me like trying to trash his physical appearance. I'm just saying specifically for the role that he was cast as, I'm not sure he's going to. I'm not sure he was a great option for somebody who looks the part of the character that they cast him as. You know, um, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll do a good job, and
Mhm.
he'll look great, and he'll perform great. I'm sure that he will perform better than. I'm sure the performance will be better than how he looks, but if the performance is good enough, that will make up for the fact that maybe he doesn't, look picture perfect for the character.
I think it's fine. I think everything I've seen him in, he's good, even if the movie isn't Wolfman. Um, I
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
have to, I have to see him in the actual Professor Xavier look to have a
Yeah,
better judgment. If we're, but
like the
based on
pictures that
acting
I've seen of
ability,
him,
solid.
he's got like a full beard and long curly hair. So like I'm like that guy completely Mr. Clean look. I'm not sure how that's, like he goes the complete like bald and clean shaven. How is that going to look as Professor X? He might look a little wonky. That was my
We'll
only
see.
thing. That's my only criticism. I'm not calling the guy ugly. I'm not trying to bash the guy. Not calling him ugly. I'm just saying for the character, I'm trying to look at his face and picture him with completely no hair on his head. And I'm like, that doesn't look much like Professor X. I don't think that guy is going to look much like Professor X. But again, if the acting is phenomenal and the writing is phenomenal, it's going to make up for a lot of that, So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be good.
I hope so.
I'm a little negative because of the look, but I'm still positive overall on this casting.
But the one that had us
Kaylee Spaney was
shocked,
right there. Kaylee Spaney
that
was
had
right
us
there.
shocked the most
I get it.
on this was Indy Never Ready as Rogue.
Listen, I understand. They're trying to pull box office. You know what I mean? They're trying to get butts in seats. I get it. Casting any Never Ready as Rogue, that's gonna put butts in seats. I understand it. I'm very excited. But do I think that I think Kaylee Spaney looks the part a little better. Again, just going based off of like just same with Christopher Abbott. I think that Kaylee Spaney looks the part of Rogue probably a lot better. But Annie Neverready is a great actress from the one thing I've seen her in, which is Obsession. She was great in that. I think that Obsession actually is a good way of showing what Rogue might be like, because Rogue is kind of like a character that, we've seen her in interviews doing like accents and stuff. I'm sure she'll be able to I hope that they do the accent, because they didn't do the accent previous. I want the fucking Southern Belle, what up, sugar? Like, I want that. I want that, hey, sugar. Like, I want the fucking, like, Southern Rogue, I want that accent. So if she can do the accent and they decide to do the accent, which I hope they will, again, with everything that we've talked about X-Men so far, I have said, Kevin Feige is a massive X-Men fan. So things like that, like getting the costumes right, getting the accents right, getting the looks right, getting all that stuff is stuff that, like, I trust that kind of stuff is going to be done. I'm positive about this for multiple reasons. And do
Now,
I think she was the best option if we're just trying to go like who's going to play the character the best? She probably wasn't the best option, but I think there were other variables like popularity and other things that probably went into casting her as Rogue.
now, because there will be people that are like, oh, there are already people that are like, oh, I don't like her anymore. She wants to do Marvel films. She doesn't want to do indie films. It's like, she more than likely will do more indies, but she loves Marvel. She wants to be in Marvel. Let her be in Marvel. I
And
have no problem with that.
the people that are saying that stuff, look at her. Look at what she's done previously. She was in Superman and Lois. She was in 13 Reasons Why. Like, this is not a woman that, like, and again, not crapping on those shows or anything. I actually have barely seen either of them. But like, this is not a woman that, it's not like we're getting, some, like, it's not like we're getting Daniel Day-Lewis to come be in an X-Men movie and people are like, what are you doing? This, like, super prestigious actor coming to Marvel slop? Like, why are we acting like this is an actress that, we would expect to just, only make real film? Like, this is not an actress that is, like, she's been in superhero stuff before. She's been in, like, teeny bopper Netflix crap before. Like, this is not an actress that is strayed away from, like, this sort of stuff. So why are we surprised?
And then to anybody, and I know you're not going to care about this, so I'm just going to quickly glaze over and get out of the way. To anybody that turns around and is like, oh, this hurts her Oscar chances. She was never going to win. She might still get nominated, but she was never going to win. So move on.
She wasn't. That. It's a horror movie. The Oscars don't give a shit about horror movies, even if they're great. The Oscars are not, like, they're not. I'm not even going to rant about the Oscars. I'll be here for another 30 minutes. My bad.
So, as a casting decision on its own, on its merits, on her acting ability, good. It's good casting. Would I have picked her for Rogue? I don't know. Maybe not. I also don't know what the audition looked like for her being Rogue. There was the rumor that she was going to be Mystique. Clearly not the case. So now the Hunter Schafer rumors has started again, which I would be interested to see if Marvel goes for that. But for now, as Indy Never Ready being cast as Rogue, I like it. I like the casting, and I know Indy Never Ready is going to do a great job.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be good.
She cares.
Yeah.
So that is the X-Men cast we have so far.
We have no reason to hate on this. Yeah, like, other than the fact that, like, again, going back to my argument with these other people, especially when it comes to, like, superhero comic book castings, like, other than the fact that, like, she may not look 100% the part for what Rogue is supposed to look like, that's the only thing that I think you could criticize. And I think, like, her acting ability I have zero doubt in my mind that she'll be good. Like, so, and there was something that I was going to say while you were talking, um, and I forgot it. And I'm trying to remember. What were you saying? Or what were you saying before about right before when you were talking?
In terms of what?
Just what was the last thing you said before I started talking?
I just talked about how it was really good casting. She'll give 100% because she's great.
Oh, okay,
And she
okay. Well,
cares.
it was before that, but that's okay. We'll move on.
Yeah, but
It'll come to me. It'll come to me at some point.
that is the X-Men, and of course, like they had other announcements. They had the Star Wars stuff with Ahsoka 2. Nobody cares. They talked about Starfighter. They
Oh,
didn't
that's
show
what it
anything
was.
so well. But and then they had Frozen 3 stuff. Nobody cares. Well, people care. Zootopia 3 is now confirmed. They talked about their two original films. But overall, like X-Men was the crown jewel, and
Yeah,
hopefully we get more casting announcements soon. I want to know how those turn out, but we'll
yeah.
see. That is
Anyway,
all the
I remembered what I was gonna say. It had to do with her being rumored as Mystique. I think looks wise and like how do I put this? How do I put this respectfully? Body shape wise, I think she probably, or just like she probably works better. She would probably be better as Mystique. She's pretty short, so maybe Mystique wouldn't work. She's like 5'2" or something, so I don't think Mystique would necessarily work. But I think she would be good as. I think she may have been, possibly could have been a better casting as Mystique, but the problem with her being Mystique is the problem that I don't know if we've talked about this on the
You
pod
have
before, or if I.
numerous. You did. You have talked
Okay,
about it because they would
okay, I
only
know
show
we've talked about
her
it.
and not the blue skin,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
want
They'll
Mystique to
want to show
look
her
like
face too much.
blue. Yeah,
Yeah, they'll
exactly.
want to show her face too
You've
much.
you've talked about this before.
Anyway, yeah, that would be the problem with her being Mystique. Is just it would just be that it'd be the first class situation with Nick Holt and Jennifer Lawrence, where like they don't play. They're not actually like in their mutant form enough. Anyway, so it's probably good
Now
that she wasn't Mystique.
and now to our final thing to
Their Mystique,
celebrate.
their Mystique casting should be somebody less popular, and maybe, no offense, maybe less attractive as well. Just saying. Not saying. I'm just saying. Like, get a less attractive woman and in a way less popular woman, so that way they're not gonna have. They're not gonna feel the need to like, oh, we got to show her face as much as possible, and like get somebody who isn't Jennifer Lawrence or Indy Neveretti. That's all I'm saying. That'd be a better casting for Mystique. And do that for Beast.
Anywho,
And do that for Beast as well.
anywho,
And Nightcrawler. Sorry. Anybody that wouldn't be in like their normal human form. Anyway, continue.
to celebrate the fact that we have now hit $5 billion movies this year, we'll probably have one, hopefully two more. With the Odyssey being over 1.2 and Spider-Man Brand New Day hitting $1 billion twice.
Woo!
We are going to do a quick $1 billion movies draft. We're gonna basically form our own little team based on the movies that have hit $1 billion plus dollars.
You want
We're
to do?
doing
You want to
10.
do? Yeah, want to do 10 each.
We'll do 10 each. Yeah, we'll draft our
Yeah,
own team.
this will go quick because we're not going to be sitting here like making long explanations for why we're picking each thing. We'll pretty much just say what we're going to draft and then move on. So,
Yep. So,
do you want to pull up the doc? Pull up our episode rundowns doc, and then just like write and just like type. Go to like one page down or something, and just write our picks and then share the screen so that people can, just for the visual, so people can see what we're drafting.
All right, hold on.
Or I'll write it. You just or you can just share the screen and I'll write it.
Well, let me get it on the screen first because I need to pull that up. So hold on. All right.
Here, I got you. I'll do the right. I can do the writing.
All right, you do the writing. Where is it? There it is. All right. All right. Share screen. Bada-ba-ba-bada-bow. There we go. All right. In our movies. You want to go first, or am I going first?
You can go first because I don't think you'll pick what I'm gonna pick.
All right. Let's start my $1 billion draft team with a film that I really like and I want on my team because I really like it. Give me Titanic.
Okay. Titanic going number 1. I have not seen it, so I wouldn't have picked it. I think yours. Okay, there we go. Now it's updated. Okay. My first pick, is going to be The Dark Knight. Not surprising.
Okay. The Dark Knight. I'm going to take. Give me Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh, okay. 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 I will pick. Oh, dude! Imagine if I picked. Never mind. I'll wait. I'll wait on that one. I will pick. Damn, only 2 Harry Potter movies were made $1 billion. That's kind of surprising.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Give me Dress, because I know that might upset you.
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was the other one that I was like, do I do that? But I don't care enough about Lord of the Rings. I mean that technically was probably like my next highest rated. Whoops. The King. There we go. Give me. I'm gonna take Harry Potter, Harry Potter 1, the Philosopher's Stone.
Okay. Then I will take Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh, perfect. I wasn't gonna pick that, so. Okay. I will pick. Whoops. Whoa. I will pick Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Okay. All right. For my next one, give me Infinity War.
Ah, you bitch. You bitch.
my number one
I thought that you
film.
were gonna take a little bit longer before you went into the comic book into MCU, but damn, I
This
thought
is
I
the
was gonna go
only
like that.
this is the only MCU film I'm taking, I think. Maybe.
Oh, well then sweet. I'll take my next one then too. All right. I will go Captain America: Civil War. Also, why did I not do that before Brand New Day? I think the only reason why I picked it before, I obviously just to for full disclosure, I'm higher. I think Civil War is better than Brand New Day. I picked Brand New Day first because I thought there would be a higher chance that Joe would pick it. So, anyway.
Give me Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Okay. Can have that bullshit. No, I'm kidding. That movie's good. I'll just go Rogue One. Let's do that. Whoops. What's going on? Go away. All right. I will pick. Give me. I don't want to just keep doing MCU, even though a lot of these are Harry Potter and MCU. I mean, we've already picked both the Harry Potters, but you know what? I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna go favorites. All right, and I'm gonna pick Furious 7, Fast and Furious 7. Yeah, dude. Hell
Darn it.
yeah, dude. Not the
Okay.
best, not the best Fast and Furious movie, but the best Fast and Furious movie that made $1 billion.
I think it's the number one Fast and Furious. I was gonna pick that next, you jerk.
Ah,
Give
that's
me.
my franchise. I'm just
You
kidding.
know what? This movie is dumb fun, and so I want a dumb fun movie on here.
There's
Give
so
me
many good movies.
Transformers. Give me Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Oh, that's not dumb fun, dude. That movie's peak.
That movie is such dumb fun. I want it in this list.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I love that movie. Second best Transformers movie on the original. All right. I will pick. I'm surprised we haven't picked like. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. There's a few that I'm in between.
I already know the next few.
One of them I have very highly rated, but I haven't seen it in a long time, and that's probably the one that that's probably the one that you'll pick next. So maybe I should just pick it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick it. I'm going Toy Story 3
Okay.
because I figured that might be one of your next ones.
My next one's actually Avatar: The Way of Water.
That was another one I was considering. All right, I'm going to pick Avengers 1, the first Avengers.
Okay. Give me Avatar: Fire and Ash. I want them both.
Damn, okay. Crazy. All right. I have 2 more picks. You have 1 more pick.
Mm-hmm.
I will pick my next highest rated one is another MCU movie, probably. I'm going to say, you know what? Because this movie doesn't get enough credit. I'm between 2 different Avengers movies because there's only 2 left. This one doesn't get enough credit, doesn't get enough love. Underrated, great movie. I'm not going to say underrated masterpiece, but underrated, great movie. Avengers Age of Ultron. You just picked 2 Avatar movies back to back, and I just picked 2 Avengers movies back to back. What are we doing?
And for the last one, for the culture, for my family, for their pop culture footprint.
He's going Minions or Frozen.
Give me Minions.
Or Zootopia.
Give me
Yeah,
Minions.
I knew it.
I may not
I
love
knew
the
it.
movie, but I love Minions as characters. They are incredibly fun to watch. Their movies have gotten better. Give me Minions for the culture.
Okay. All right. My last pick. All right. Well, you don't have any more picks, so I can actually just I can just think out loud. Right now,
Yes.
technically my highest rated movie that we have left would be The Dark Knight Rises, I think. Do I want to pick The Dark Knight Rises? I don't want to. I kind of want to stray away from just superheroes. Even though I've got a few picks that aren't superheroes, but let me go a little fun here, and I'll pick. Well, a lot of these movies are shit, so actually I don't want to pick any of those. Never mind. We'll go back to super. You know what? Because you're not gonna do this. The Fate of the Furious, baby. Fast 8.
Fun
Another
movie.
Another movie that I love that people don't give enough credit. That is not a bad movie. That is a great movie. Fast and Furious 5 through 8 are all great. All four of them. Great. Are all super fun movies. I don't care if you think that 8 is a big drop off from the last 3. 8 is great.
Mm-hmm. So to recap really quick, my
Justice
team,
for Furiosa. Sorry.
my team is Titanic, Top Gun Maverick, Return of the King, Deathly Hallows Part 2, Infinity War, Rogue One, Dark of the Moon, Way of Water, and Fire and Ash. And I end on Minions, and Trent's is The Dark Knight, Jurassic Park, Philosopher's Stone, Brand New Day, Captain America Civil War, Furious 7, Toy Story 3, The Avengers, Age of Ultron, and The Fate of the Furious.
Hell yeah,
that is
dude.
our draft.
I cooked. I cooked with my team, dude.
We both cooked.
I
right?
cooked with my team, dude. You have Deathly Hallows Part 2. That movie's not even that good.
That's crazy. We both cooked. All right.
That's a wet fart to end a franchise. Oh my god.
I win this debate.
Yeah, okay. You do have minions, which yeah. It might be why you lose this debate, but you do have minions. Yeah.
And with that,
fun draft.
And with that is the end of another episode of the Critical Lens podcast. Thank you all very much for listening.
Bye, guys.
Be film lovers, not film haters.
Go watch a movie.
Catch you next time. Yeah, go watch a movie.
Yeah, man. Go watch a movie.
Watch a movie. Watch us and then go watch a movie.
Yeah, well, if you're watching this right now, you've already watched us. Yeah. No, so go watch a movie.
Watch us and then watch movies. That's the recommendation from now on. All right. But until next time, be film lovers, not film haters. Have a good one.